Welcome back, guys. It's day 5, lucky number 5. If you don't know me by now, my name is Brian Lira. It's actually 5 is actually my lucky number, my favorite number. I've always worn 5 when I played soccer. I was born on October 5th, and yeah, 5 does actually have sentimental value to me. But let me fix some things around here. But yeah, welcome back, day 5. Today's Sunday, March 8th. Today was daylight savings. It was actually kind of nice seeing the more daylight during the day today. It sucks when it gets dark early, but honestly, pretty calm day. I woke up, got ready, went to work. It felt like a pretty long shift at work today, but I got through it. Came back home and just went to the gym. I just actually got back from the gym. Hit some shoulders, some chest, some calm. But yeah, no run for me today. I honestly didn't feel like running because it was raining, and I just honestly didn't feel like running. But it doesn't matter because this next week's gonna be pretty strong for as far as running, and we're gonna get back to it again. But since there's nothing really much to talk about as far as today and this following week that I won't already talk about in the next few videos, I thought I originally had 2 to 3 ideas on what to talk about, but then one of my friends texted me when he was watching the video. I was at the gym, and I told him I didn't really know what to talk about, and he mentioned to talk about, what exactly did he say? He said talk about mental toughness. And honestly, I've gone through sort of that stuff, sort of not. Oh well. But I was kind of like, that doesn't really fit me in a way, as the way he was thinking of talking about it, until I thought deeper and I was like, okay, like I think I might actually know what to talk about as far as around that area of mental toughness. And so I will say, keep in mind, I'm a 20-year-old, I'm sophomore in college. So for me, high school is honestly still pretty fresh. I mean, I'm going to talk about something that happened 4 years ago that still feels like it happened like 2 weeks ago. And I mean, damn. Yeah, that's actually crazy. Hold up, let me. Damn, bro. That one hurt a bit. But, yeah. Um, so we're gonna talk about mainly my sophomore year in high school. If you don't know me, I played soccer all my life since I was 5 years old, as well as my lucky number. I've always had a love for it. I've always been passionate. I've always trying to get to the next level. It didn't end up happening for me, unfortunately, but that's part of life. I gave it my all, like I do in everything and everything that I try, and I got to a good level. Honestly, I'm pretty proud about my career, and mainly what I'm gonna talk about is my sophomore year and how I battled through mental toughness and my psychology. But I think I'll start by saying a bit about my freshman year. Obviously, when you're a freshman, you don't really see yourself playing high school at the top level. But I ended up doing pretty good my freshman year and this and that until the very end when I got benched. So it didn't really matter because it was like a few last games. And going into my sophomore year, I was very excited, especially coming back from COVID, excited for school and everything, and like seeing friends and whatnot. And I was excited about season because, like playing high school as a sophomore in varsity, like who wouldn't want to? And I mean, tryouts happened. I was doing good. I was looking good. Um, Up until the first few games, where I still kind of remember, I didn't really have that good games. I don't know what happened or what was going on, but I just wasn't playing that well. And I ended up getting benched when preseason and last season I was a starter. I was forward to be a starter, and the coaches had me at that level as well. But yeah, I got benched by a freshman, by two freshmen who were honestly, in all due respect, doing better than me. So I wasn't mad about that. I was mad about myself that I wasn't performing at the level I wanted to. And keep in mind, this goes with everything in life. It goes with your work, with your job, with your business, with whatever. If you're training for something, if you're trying to get better at something, it helps with any little thing. And well, yeah, I ended up getting benched, and come January, early January, like the second, third, fourth, fifth of January, we would always go to a tournament. And so, sophomore year, we went to Houston. Yeah, Houston, we went to, and I was looking forward to trying to get my spot back in my position, but honestly, the players that I was benched for were doing way better than me. So I mean, I don't see why the coach would have given up their spot for me, who wasn't doing that well. And I felt like I was getting doubted. I had that thought in the back of my head where I'm like, am I not good enough? Like, what happened? Did I go down in level? Like, is this not for me anymore? You know? And it's just that doubt that started to kick in, kick in. I was like, what am I doing? You know? And that tournament in Houston. I didn't play. I played like one game, and that was because we were up like so much that he started playing bench players, and I played all right, but even then, it wasn't enough for me to get playing time yet. And it wasn't until when we got back to El Paso, and we had a JV tournament, and the coach had brought down some varsity players that weren't getting as much time to the JV team to play into the tournament, and in order to get their confidence back. And I think that was like a do or die situation for me, and it ended up being because I played a hell of a tournament. I was playing my defensive position really well. I I scored a free kick goal from like half field, which was actually insane. And I mean, I did pretty good as far as for me. And it was just in time too because, like I said, we had gotten back. We had played a few games, and I still wasn't playing. I was going to school all sad, like mentally, like drained, being like, is this not for me? Like, am I not good enough? But on the other side, like I kept pushing during practice. I was training outside of practices. I was going to the gym. I was putting that work in order to tell myself, okay, I am at that level. I am who I am, and I know I can be at that position as a starter. And even my friends, they like my close friends who were in the team, they told me to keep pushing, keep pushing. That I'll get my shot again. And I think it wasn't until the second game of official district where the coach had told me, okay, like one of the starters isn't doing that good. And if I give you this shot, you're going to have to take advantage of it because I know you had a good tournament. And if you take advantage of it, the position could be yours. If not, well, you're going to keep trying with this other guy. And I was like, okay, like I'll take my shot whenever you give it to me. And I think it was the second game of district. It was our first home game. And 10 minutes into the game, I think we got scored on. I'm not really sure because it was a while ago. But I think we did get scored on. And the coach told me to warm up. I got ready. I was like, okay, like I gotta improve. I gotta prove to him that I deserve that spot. That spot has my name written in it. And so honestly, I ended up doing that. I ended up performing. We ended up winning that game. Actually, let me check if we did win that game. Give me a second. If you are watching this, you can skip forward. But let's see, freshman year. Yeah, we ended up winning 5-1. Wait, I can't tell if it's this one or either we won 5-1 or 2-0. It depends what team we went up against. I don't know, but I'm pretty sure we ended up winning that home game. And yeah, since that moment, I proved to him that I deserved that spot, and from that point on to the rest of the season, I mean, I performed, I kept that spot, I did my best. I think I was even nominated for like second team district that year. But I mean, it all started from being doubted to having that mental state that you weren't good enough, that someone was in your spot and that you didn't deserve that spot. I mean, for me, it's either you're gonna do something about it or it's gonna be something done to you about it, you know? Like, either you suffer or you suffer. Either you suffer by putting in the work or you suffer by being in the bench and just suffering, you know? And it comes down to which way do you wanna suffer. And in my case now, it's the same way, you know? Like, either I suffer and try to make a life with my knowledge, with trying to build a business and trading, or trying to get like my money up, my personal like being up or whatnot, or I suffer going out every single day, wasting my time, doing drugs, drinking alcohol. And I'm sure this suffering is not going to be beneficial for you in the long run, as this suffering will be. And I mean, it's a part of life. Like, which way do you want to suffer? I had to stop myself there from like ranting, but I'll give one more example, and this one's a pretty recent one as well. And it's also doing with soccer, you know. My freshman year of college, I signed to go to to Manchester University in Indiana to play soccer in the collegiate level. And going there, I thought to myself, okay, I'm gonna work my ass off in order to become a starter my first year. And that had always been the plan since I signed, since before I signed, you know, be a starter at a college as soon as possible. Like, if I had to sit out a year, okay, I had to sit out, but I needed to keep working to become that starter. And I got kind of humbled my first year there because going there, I felt like I wasn't training to the top of my level. And honestly, I don't think I ever showed my true level as I did in high school, as I did in Barcelona, which I will talk about one day because that's something else I do want to talk about when I lived in Barcelona and whatnot. But I mean, yeah, like I got there, I wasn't training to the top of my level, and the coach obviously saw that, and I knew that as well, and he put someone else at my position that I signed for. And I mean, that guy was phenomenal. He was performing really well, but I felt like I was just mad at myself because I wasn't performing to the level I should have or I could have. And it wasn't again to the end of the season where he finally saw what I had to offer, and I offered that at the very end of the season, which was also already too late, you know. And as well, like I had thoughts about like quitting soccer by then, and like just focusing on my future as far as school or like work or what I want to do in life. And I ended up doing that, but even then, I always gave my all. I told him after I told him I was gonna leave, I told him like I'm going to leave, but I promise you I will never stop giving my all if I'm gonna do something. as far as like trainings, working out outside of trainings and whatnot. And I stuck to that. He would give workouts to do in the off season, and I'd still do them when others who were staying or others in general wouldn't do them. But I had to fight through that mental state that I wasn't good enough or I wasn't practicing good enough to be a starter. And I did something about it. I kept pushing during practices. I kept trying to do my best. Even when, like, at that time, it was also mentally like why do I even try, Like, I'm not going to be playing in 1 year from now and 2 years from now, which is true. Like, right now, I haven't played soccer in, like, the longest time, which kind of sucks. But, it felt like that way. I feel like I was just wasting my time training when I was there. And, I told myself, like, I signed up for this, I can either enjoy the last few games I play at a high level or just go on however it is. Let me clean my screen a bit. There we go. Everyone goes through something, everyone's fighting their own demons. Like people say, there's people that are fighting demons with their family, with not having money, with not being healthy, with not having a job, with not being happy with their family, with their girlfriend, with their boyfriend, with their close friends. Everyone's going through something. And it's good to reach out to people and talk to them. But at the end of the day, that falls on you. It falls on what are you going to do about it, Are you going to do something about it, or are you going to keep suffering in that same horrible place you're at, Are you going to suffer by doing something that will help you in the long run, or are you going to keep suffering and stay in that spot where you're at, And I think that's what I'm trying to get to at today. It's trying to tell you to do something about it. Do something about what you're suffering about. Do something about what you are suffering from, and make sure it's something good. I feel like I'm like rambling, but I don't really have much else to say about that. I do have a few more ideas on what to talk about, but that like goes beyond what other stuff, So I think we'll end the video here. If you enjoyed this video, thank you. You're welcome. I don't know what to say, but yeah, today's Sunday, tomorrow's Monday, fresh start of the week. I'm gonna get back to training this week again. I'm gonna start training for running. I'm gonna start working out more. I already went to the gym twice in 3 days. I didn't go yesterday because I was tired. But I'm looking forward to this week. It's gonna be a good week. My last week before spring break. I gotta lock in for school too. And looking forward to keep posting videos. I hope you guys enjoy. And if anything, text me, DM me. My Instagram is at @BrianLira_. I won't give you my phone number, but if you can DM me there if you want. But low-key, I ended up by accident. But you guys take care. Enjoy life. Live it to the fullest. You never know when it's your last day. And peace.